Welcome to Geordie Lass and Doc Sass. One day, a Geordie and a Canadian walk into a bar and decide to start a podcast about relationships, and what a topic that is. No subjects are off limits. Get in touch today with us at geordielass.com or email info@geordielass.com and let us know what you think and what we should talk about. And welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi there.
How's it going?
I think it's okay. It's now officially I think it's summer. I cannot believe we're saying this because remember in the dead of winter and it feels like we will be stuck in an ice cube for like the rest of our days.
Oh, I feel like I'm still in an ice cube, so.
Oh, seriously? Sorry.
Yes,
I shouldn't have said anything.
Never mind your fancy Greek summer sunshine and your lovely Grecian top you're wearing there.
I don't know why I am looking Grecian. Totally unexpected.
Oh, very
I was just looking
today
for something other than pajamas to wear. Just want to scrub up nicely because of this whole like being face forward to the planet.
I don't know.
Situation.
I'm down with pajamas. It's super comfy. I think gradually, like in the next 50 years, we'll all just be wearing pajamas all the time. I think we're slowly progressing to permanent loungewear.
Well, that's the thing, because I think my fiance was seeing this group of young people. You know how you're old and you start looking at the youngins. And there was this guy wearing this like light pink tracksuit, but like that very thick sweatpant material that probably goes for like $1,000, like sold by Drake or by Kanye West or something like that. That loungewear situation.
Yeah.
Which is a combination of basketball wear and like pajamas.
Yeah.
And so knowing the prices on those things, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. We're definitely going to luxury loungewear.
I think it's just loungewear just in general. I think you see more and more people heading to the supermarket in their pajamas. I think it's just a thing. Like, it's a thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what?
Gradually moving to a comfortable zone.
There's a good thing to that, but then the problem is with elastic waistbands. If I did not have a fixed waistband, I would never know if I had been hitting the olive oil too much.
I once had a conversation with somebody and I said, definitely feel like I'm putting a bit of weight on. I said, I can just really feel it like around my tummy. She said, what are you going to do about it? Then I went, buy bigger knickers.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I know what you mean. Lockdown, that's like a flashback from lockdown, isn't it? Where we all wore comfy trousers and didn't realise how much weight we'd put on.
That is the thing. God, what an awakening that was. Which is summer, because like we ventured onto a beach over the weekend. Still too cold in the water. Not for the people who swim off of Brighton, but otherwise, definitely too cold for me. And then I was like, I'm not ready for a bathing suit, because you know how you're still in the middle. You've not put on a bathing suit for like 8 months, and you feel pasty and wobbly and jello. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of jello going on right now.
God, wobbly. Yes. I've got the thigh wobbles. Anyways, yes, all that.
Not quite summer ready, but we're ready for the sunshine nonetheless.
Oh my God. Totally. In our sweatpants.
Yes.
Speaking of loungewear, how is the relationship correspondent lounging at her correspondent's desk? What is going on?
Oh, she's lounging, but she still has something.
Nice.
Okay, let's get to it then. On today's Love Desk, I'm going to put my glasses on because I'm getting serious now.
Yes. Serious Sarah.
Today on the Love Desk, I want to talk about the rise of the Luddite boyfriend.
Is this like a boyfriend who's not yet on 15 types of social media?
Oh my God, like how clever are you?
Are you serious?
Yes.
I thought I was being totally sarcastic. I was like, this can't be it, because like, what level of humanity have we descended to? Okay. I am ashamed of myself. I was taking a shot low. I was taking a low shot.
I'm like super proud of you, because I kind of read it. I was thinking, Luddite boyfriend, like what is this? I was thinking just like maybe couldn't do things like DIY. I was thinking like somebody who's just like not that practical. But no. So there's been a surge of articles and discussions online about women saying the ultimate green flag is now a man with little or no social media presence, dubbed as the Luddite boyfriend.
Oh, so seen as a good thing.
Yeah. This is a good thing.
Renewed hope in humanity. Really? Okay.
Yeah. So this is
Okay.
all about not having this online presence, not being distracted, being really fully in the relationship. Yeah, there's no kind of like no history to search. You're like starting off from a kind of like an open position
Oh,
where there isn't any kind of like mistrust. There's no kind of possibilities of sliding into an ex's DMs. There's all of these things seen as a good thing, apparently.
good God. I'm like, Gen Alpha, you were amazing. Okay. So, but interestingly, is the double standard. So, do women, though, hold themselves to the same standard of themselves cleaning up their act in terms of their social media presence, or is it a one-way street?
Well, the article only talked about boyfriends. So it was
Oh,
about kind of like, is it kind of, do you want them to be loyal to you? Or is it kind of this trade off between kind of
oh,
loyalty to technology? So yeah, it's more around the kind of like they are kind of fully present. They're not distracted.
oh,
Like I think mobile phones in general are kind of like the third wheel in a relationship nowadays, aren't they? And then you layer on kind of social media. I think it's one thing having a mobile phone and maybe like what would you check on your mobile phone if it wasn't social media? Like your emails, like how many of
mm,
those do you get a day?
totally.
Maybe like a WhatsApp message, text message, like those sorts of things. But outside of that, like how often are people really communicating with you?
Totally.
And so the rest of the time is spent doing social media type platforms, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's so funny that I remember exactly where I was in the year 2010, was it? Where my boyfriend at the time got his first smartphone. We went out to dinner, and the entire time he had his head buried in that phone. And I
Yeah,
swear, like, I lost him that day.
yeah.
Do we all remember that? Like, it was so rude. It was so rude. But
Yeah,
yet he didn't know that it was rude. But it was, oh my God. I remember when I became a social media widow.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Wow. Oh, it is delightful, actually, to be honest. I have a very progressive, smart, extremely smart man, very digital, but not at all. I have a Luddite man.
Who
Oh, wait a
knew?
minute.
You've got a green flag in your life.
I have a green flag in my life. Yeah. No social media presence. Oh my God. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Okay. I love that people are selecting for this now and it is that, to be honest, like the first thing that you mentioned, I'm like, it's the sliding into the DMs, it's following cute girls and it's sliding into their
Yeah,
DMs and their exes and stuff. You're so right. Like
yeah.
it's so easy to do. And so many people have emotionally cheated in that way.
Mm, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Like the only flip side I would say is, I mean, I know a lot of people. It's been a long time since I was dating, so as I'm about to embark on married life,
Yes.
um, but I know a lot of people who kind of are dating, and that's one of the things that they do is to go and kind of
Mm.
search somebody out on social media. They're
Yeah.
trying to find out kind of like the background, who are they friends with, do they have
Who
any
are they
kind of
following?
mutuals,
Oh
all of
yeah.
those sorts of shenanigans, like what sort of things are they posting, like so would you still, I'm wondering kind of where we stand on kind of like trust. So like
Mm.
back in the day, before any of this happened, you just went out with a boy or a girl, depending on which relationship you're in, and you'd have like a drink.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have some chat, and depending on kind of how the next couple of weeks or the couple of dates went, you decide whether they were kind of for you and you wanted to continue or not, and then kind of trust just slowly evolves. I think
Mm-hmm.
nowadays it's kind of we've got this kind of window into somebody's life to be able to kind of make some judgments, either rightly or wrongly,
Mm.
about that person and kind of how they live their life that may or may not then kind of put you off taking things forward. So it kind of removes all of that element. And instead, you have to go back to this kind of like instinct and believing what
Mm.
people tell you, I guess, and how you feel.
Well, and also, I mean, it's so funny, like, as I'm reflecting on this and like the pre-days, the analog cassette
Mm,
tape times when we were dating, there is this, we led less complicated lives because now we have many versions of our life. We have our in real life, our work personas, our
yeah,
home personas, but we have an entire, and some more than others, an entire digital world.
yeah,
There's many lives that we're leading, whereas before we did not have a digital life.
yeah.
And oh gosh, I'm like, I miss those days. Um, yeah, but I mean, the thing is that we can't roll back to the old days because unless we're a Luddite, not only in our social media presence, but in every aspect of our lives, where we go back to living IRL and not having such a, like a very deep and wide place outside of reality.
Yeah.
Anyways, wow, that's existential.
I think it's just like, it's so much around us in every single aspect that we do, isn't it? This kind of digital technology. So I recently bought a new phone, and I decided that instead of doing the kind of transfer, just kind of move everything from one phone to another, I decided I was going to do like a clean start, it's called. So you set it up, you don't transfer anything, and then you just kind of add the apps as you go. In terms of like trying to kind of have a fresh start, so you're not transferring anything that may be slowing your phone down, stuff like that. I'm absolutely astonished by how many apps I needed. Like, astonished. I thought, oh, there's probably like 2 or 3, maybe 5 at the most that I use. Like, it's in a work capacity, it's in kind of your connection, it's in your banking, it's in your pension, it's even with the tax office. Like, literally, it's everywhere. You just can't get away from it. And then I was away at the weekend, went to book a train, and went, oh, I don't have that app now, I need to download it. It's just like everything.
Wow.
Didn't have Uber because we don't have Uber here, but I use Uber when I'm in the UK. So yeah, I just had to like, and I must have, I dread to think how many apps I've kind of downloaded over the last 48, 36 hours.
Wow.
It's insane.
Oh, that is so sobering. For some reason, I actually thought that you'd be like, actually, I didn't need much at all, and there's a lot of bloat on my old phone. But no, actually, no, you do spell the end of days. It is true. We can't. Yeah.
And I'm sure, you know, in the next kind of month, there'll still be things that I've realised that I use and aren't there anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's just like, it's just in every fabric of the things that we do.
So true.
Yeah.
There are people who are going back to old flip phones. By old, I mean new and old. And so maybe, I don't know if there's going to be a complete sort of backslide to, you know, I'll access things when I'm on my desktop. But other than that, my phone is not to be used for, I mean, I don't know. Will we be able to go back to a world?
I don't think we can. Like,
no,
you can't unsee convenience, right? Like, so the convenience of being able to, I don't know, transfer some money from one account to another when you're out and you want to buy something, or, you know, whatever it is, or check your balance to see like, oh, how much did I spend on that night out last night? Or how much did I spend on my shopping trip? Like, being able to do that in real time, wherever you are, as long as you've obviously got an internet connection, which, I mean, most places do now, don't they? So, I just don't know that we could ever go backwards. Like, being able to send a quick message to somebody to make arrangements for where you're going to meet. Like, we just messaged each other 2 seconds before this call.
I know.
Like, we wouldn't have been able to do that.
No.
I don't think we can go back. You can't unsee it.
No, you can't unsee it. And everything, you know, it's so funny as I think about you without having apps, I have this hysteria in my chest thinking, what if you're somewhere and you're like, oh my God, where's that app? And I have like 3 minutes to do something. Otherwise a trapdoor will open up. How did we get to that place? Like, there are so many things where I'm like, if I don't have my phone has saved me in many instances.
Yeah.
And I probably don't have all that much security because I have so many sensitive documents with kind of shoddy, not very safe sort of cloud stuff, which my man has been like, why do you do that? But I'm like, because I need convenience, because my life hangs in the balance of having access to my tax documents at any time. That's just bad planning. Like, literally, if I just went back to the basics and just planned ahead what I'm going to need and brought stuff with me, I think all of us could, because we've created our life, I think, running off of a shoestring, because we're like, it's on my phone somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, guilty as charged.
Yes, indeed. So
anyways, now the whole world knows that my cloud is not that secure. Maybe I should do something about that.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, somebody's nicking your phone in the next 22 weeks,
totally. I will say that, it's not that bad, but it's not that great either. Yeah, exactly.
Although I'm not sure you want Anna's tax bill either, so.
I don't think you do. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing very exciting. Yeah. There's a whole lot of our edited podcast, our raw edits, if you wanted access to that. There you go. Come get my phone. Oh my God. I'll report back. If it goes missing, I'll be like, oh, the universe, or like somebody listening. Yeah.
Indeed. Okay, I'm going to move us along before Anna gets herself into some more hot water.
I tell you.
And instead, we'll take a hot topic.
Oh, excellent. Let's go.
Okay. Today's hot topic: is your boat slowly sinking?
No, thank God, but I do know that feeling. Oh my God. I was just...
Anna's like, I don't even know. Am I in a boat?
I'm in a boat. Damn, it's well engineered. But no, I'm in a boat. But I had this flashback. I had a flashback to constant conflict and feeling that feeling like the relationship was over. So when you just said that, because in the last 48 hours, I've been thinking about like that memory of feeling so insecure in your relationship, so conflict ridden. And I just remember that kind of sticking the finger in the dam, you know, that old Dutch thing. Yeah. So yes. Are you in a boat that's sinking? I'm like, thank God, no, not anymore. But that feeling. Anyways.
I don't know. Some days I feel like I'm floating on a lilo in the middle of the ocean, though.
Yes. But it's so funny. Like, is your boat sinking? But even professionally in the world. So I'm thinking about our relationship, right? But it's the whole thing. What do you think about when you hear this?
Yeah, well, this hot topic stems from something that I read, and I'm going to share it with you, and then we can discuss further. So it says, a strong marriage isn't two people who never face a storm. It's two people who've decided that the boat is never allowed to sink.
Oh, that's... When you take for granted that this relationship will make it through at all costs, when you remove the possibility of a sinking event, it really changes things. Because if you're constantly looking at your life rafts, you're in the wrong relationship. That's why I felt before. I was constantly looking at the life rafts, like, guess it's time to hop in one of these things. These things weren't even tied down. They were like in constant. They were just being ready to be cast out into the. Yeah,
got one in the boat and one on the life raft. Every so often,
literally,
you're doing the splits.
Literally, and it just like it was so discombobulating. So how do we select a boat? Sorry, I'm getting all shaky. How do we select a boat that is sturdy, seaworthy? And how do we keep it seaworthy? Because boats need maintenance.
Yeah. I think some of the challenges, you don't even realize that the kind of water's rising around you a lot of the times. Right. So we don't, relationships don't fall apart overnight unless there's, you know, the odd time there's some kind of real catastrophe that kind of just completely kind of wreaks havoc. But it's very rare. So, and even if something does kind of wreak havoc, there's often kind of some telltale signs of things that have happened previously that would kind of say like there's something on the horizon that's just kind of hasn't come your way yet, but it's heading there. So I think we're always in these kind of choppy waters, aren't we? And then we get kind of a bit of still water and things feel like they're pretty good for a while, and then something else will happen. Like we've talked before about how we live in these different seasons of relationships, and it's never quite plain sailing, is it? But a lot of the time we don't realise that the kind of water's rising, or we don't realise that there's a little kind of leak that's, you know, the boat is slowly letting in water, and eventually kind of suddenly we feel like shit, we're sinking, we need to do something. And I think that's generally like a really good analogy for relationships, because, and this is why people don't like seek help very early on, because they don't actually realize that they're in a state of, you know, dire kind of straits. They don't realize until this boat is kind of like half in the water with the kind of nose sticking out that they go, shit, like this isn't a good place to be. And then they'll kind of seek help at the point when they're in that kind of chaos and kind of, you know, devastating moment, going, shit, we can't like ignore this any longer. And I think that's part of the challenge with relationships, is you just haven't got a clue kind of what's happening.
Yeah, that is 100%. Yeah. How do we go from that unawareness to awareness? Well, maybe you're listening to us. Hopefully you're listening to us at this very moment. And, you know, what is that thing that a lot of the time, like when our relationship is rather new, like that's the time where, like, not so new as to be in the honeymoon stage, but like shortly after the honeymoon stage. So like what would help somebody kind of get a light bulb of, okay, the water is rising.
Yeah, I think I'd really look at kind of how do you feel in your relationship? Like how, if you really kind of sat down every day for a week and rated your relationship, if you want to get kind of super practical on it. So rate your relationship, like how happy were you today in your relationship? How happy were you with your partner? And rated that on a 1 to 5, 5 being, yeah, brilliant. We are like on top of the world. 1 being, actually, this is terrible. Don't even know why we're kind of here together. And if you just charted that for like a week, 7 days, and then write down kind of just some narrative. Like, so did your partner make you feel special today? Do you feel kind of really connected? Do you feel kind of really secure about your future? Are you really happy with the direction that your relationship is in? Do you feel pretty stable? Those sorts of things. Just like really kind of contemplate your relationship and write a few words down. And I would start with that and then just look back over the kind of 7 days at the end of it and go, and it's normal to have fluctuations, right? We can be super deeply, madly in love one day, and the next day want to rip somebody's head off. Like, that is normal. That's normal behavior. So it's not saying that you're going to be kind of all roses all of the days. And if you're not, it doesn't mean to say your relationship's over. But I would start to get the awareness of, on the days where it didn't feel so good, why is it that it didn't feel so good? Because that's where the attention needs to go. You can learn things from the days that feel good as well, because if it feels good, again, the flip side, kind of what was contributing to that. So what do we need to do more of, and what do we need to do less of, in order to kind of, get things to the strongest, healthiest, happiest place it can be.
Oh, yeah. I think the other thing to add to that is good or bad can sometimes reveal some stuff, but oftentimes like the biggest kind of catch-all box in which we sort of like put all of the stuff we'll sort later is the what am I tolerating box.
Yes.
So what did I tolerate today?
Yes.
Because that stuff, like, we tolerate, we don't even notice what we're tolerating, certainly don't convey it. And then by the time we manage to say something, it's usually in a blow up. It has grown arms and legs. It's a total monster, and it's disproportionately large. We just let this grow.
Yeah.
And then to kind of walk back the energy off of that highly charged thing is extremely difficult.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So if it's the way you're put second place to your mother-in-law, if it's the spending patterns of your partner, if it's sort of they're spending too much time on their ex's Instagram, it whatever that might be, it is like, get curious very early about the stuff you're tolerating, because it's two choices. You either decide like that, that's a me problem, I have to get over that, or I need to have a communication with my partner around this thing and how it triggers me.
Yeah. I mean, that said, though, I would say we do need some level of tolerance in a relationship, because...
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Despite the fact I may like it this way, but you can't have it all your own way, right? Although most of the time, maybe.
What would your fiance say? He'd be like, Sarah's always right.
Well, actually, though, I am like... I would say 99.9% of the time I'm right. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I can't help it. It's a gift. I should put it on my CV.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, there does need to be this kind of like, if you always want to do one thing and they always want to do another, you've got to find a way to find kind of common ground, haven't you? And often I think we see kind of other people's faults, we don't see our own. So it can be really easy to go like, oh my God, you're like super messy. You do this, do that. You never put this away. You never put toilet seat down, whatever it is that's your kind of pet peeve. Like, we can kind of see all of those things, but maybe we don't see the things that we're doing. Like, you never kind of clean up after you've made a cup of tea, or I don't know why I'm doing house things today. Like, maybe my house needs tidying. So, like all of those things, or like you're always late, but then where are you kind of not, giving the same sort of respect or level to the relationship?
Oh, totally.
There's that whole thing, isn't there? It's like what you're seeing in other people is something that's kind of reflecting back in you. So if somebody says kind of like, you're really annoyed with somebody, like what is it about that situation that's annoying you, or that person? And where does that actually exist in your life? It's such a really hard place to go, because we find it very, very difficult to kind of see a lot of that stuff inside of us.
Oh, entirely. And the question starts with what are you tolerating? but it just brings up that list of things that are bugging you and simmering under the surface. And many things you will decide, because that's what us mature people do after a very long road of immaturity, to like, do you want the relationship? And also, what are the things that are bugging you because it's actually you being mirror reflected to you?
Yeah,
That,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what are you going to choose to tolerate
Mm,
consciously?
yeah,
Because in the balance of things, totally worth it.
yeah,
And then if you're going to tolerate it, you got to kind of like clean up the resentment.
yeah,
You've chosen to accept this thing. And that means, like, you got to kind of bury the hatchet of resentment, because then your
yeah.
life just gets easier. Yeah.
And you spoke like a true reform there.
I like, I'm part of the 12-step program of like, yeah, I've got my little, yeah, totally.
She's on step 9 of her relationship rehabilitation.
100%. I know, like reformed, like silent stewing, brewing, tolerating, blowing up
Yeah,
every once in a while
yeah, yeah,
about
yeah,
stuff that actually reflects more of me than my partner.
yeah,
Been there,
yeah.
done that. Yeah.
Yes. It's all the scorekeeping as well, like just letting go of that.
Oh,
Like, just, it can't help us, can it? Like,
yeah.
I'm like a 24-hour reset girl. It annoys me
Oh,
24 hours and then it's done. Like, I've forgotten all about it. I'm like
that is
Dory. I'm like, it's in and it's out and it's gone.
a gift.
Yeah.
And I do have a fair amount of that, although I have an amazing memory for certain buried hatchets. I can remember a lot of things that wronged me, but for the vast majority
Mm,
things, I do admit that being somebody who a lot of the time can kind of forget about stuff, it is a
yeah.
super gift. It's hard when you've got a great memory.
Yeah.
But all this to say, these are all the waters rising and you don't notice it. But these questions, rating my day, what was I tolerating today?
Yeah.
The other thing too is like getting back to repair, because I love
Yeah.
you're taking an inventory of strengths. How do we repair today? How do we do
Yeah.
great today? What could have gone sideways, but I noticed either me or them, they saved the day. They brought up positivity. They
Yeah.
brought up gratitude. Near misses,
Yeah.
air traffic control.
I think it's a big kind of thing, isn't it? It's this kind of repair, and then how do you process it and how do you communicate about it? Because
Mm.
that is where the learning is. And it's often like a big, massive part of relationships that we just avoid. And we avoid it because we don't even want the conflict in the first place. The
Mm.
conflict happens because it just kind of comes out of nowhere and kind of, smacks you on the arse. You don't even know what's happening. And then you're
Yeah.
into it. And then we don't know what to do after that. So we just think the best thing, and the thing that feels most natural and easy is to just ignore it.
Yeah.
And then we know that in a few days, things will get back to normal. But what we haven't done is to learn from that experience. So what was it that I did that truly pissed you off in that moment? That meant that we had an explosive row. That then meant that we shut down for 2 days and then kind of slowly, gradually kind of got back to who we were again. But we didn't actually ever learn from that. So in 2 months' time, the same situation is going to arise because I still don't know what it is that I'm doing that's pissing you off.
Oh my God, yes. 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 Good God, I've been there.
It's like reliving some scary moments, isn't it?
Oh my God. This feels, I don't know if people tuning in, like, do you hear that? And you're like, oh my God, I feel that. I think because totally there. And, it's interesting being with somebody who is not afraid of confrontation and who is
Yes.
aware and who's used to female emotions and the sometimes unpredictable, quite nonsensical nature of them. Like holding space and not being scared of the storm of
Yeah.
female emotions. I am lucky. That is not work that I'm doing. It just so happens to be a partner that I have so I can do my
No,
own mature bit.
no, I think you
I've
need
got
to
a
give yourself some
50-50.
credit there. Like, it's not,
I've gotten a lot better. Yeah.
I mean, it is easier in a kind of secure relationship to be able to kind of exercise some of this, but it still takes effort and it still takes, using a bit of kind of courage and intention on your part to be able to do it, right? We're all there. We're all work in progress trying to get through this together.
Yeah,
Waiting
truly.
for that kind of moment when we're 90 sat on a park bench going, didn't we do well?
Oh God. Didn't we tolerate 70 years is actually the comment. Yeah.
So, yeah, give yourself some credit and grace.
I do, because I do catch myself taking the mature decision, because
Yeah.
I now routinely see the fork in the road. I can be a
Yeah.
complete child,
Yeah.
because I'm feeling like my 12-year-old self right now, because I'm triggered and brought back to a moment that my partner has no idea about. This is a
Yeah.
me thing. Or I can put my big old pants on and act like my age, which we
Yeah.
won't talk about. It's over 26. It's 40 plus, as we say here in the village. So yes, I have a choice, and I'm making better choices these days.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
proud.
And
Yeah.
I don't think it's just women. Like women get this bad crack about, female energy and
Mm.
being neurotic. Da 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 da. Like blokes have equally as many moments, right? And it's not often something we talk about. So, yeah,
No, it's true.
it's not one
They
sided.
stonewall, they shut down, they
Yeah.
go out and crash
Yeah.
cars, they
Yeah.
beat people up. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
So, yeah. It takes
Yeah.
two to tango, and we've all got to be in it to make this a lovely smooth sailing across the ocean.
Yeah. Oh. So for smooth sailing, I agree. Like if you're listening to this and you've kind of had some light bulbs go on, try the scoring system that Sarah talked about.
Mm.
Do that for 2 weeks
Yeah.
and just see, and it could uncover things quite early on. The water may have been rising, but
Yeah.
you're more than in enough time to start to build your drainage systems or some nautical engineering thing.
Indeed. I also think you always know. So that you always know when you're avoiding something, when you're kind of in the pit of your stomach, something doesn't quite feel right, and you're kind of saying that's a tomorrow problem. So anytime you're saying that's a tomorrow problem in your relationship, the water's kind of slowly seeping in through a little tiny crack, and eventually that's going to catch up with you. Sorry to say.
Been there, done that, both of us, and look, we're still
Yeah,
alive, and even better.
we are.
Oh yeah.
Still alive, still smiling, still here to tell the tale.
There is life at the end. Like seriously, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
without a lot of hard work,
yeah.
but you're going to be fine. Still alive.
Still alive and breathing.
Oh gosh.
All right. Should we take a listener's question? Let's do it. Today's question. I think I might miss my relationship more than my partner. I've been with my partner for a number of years, and on paper everything seems fine. But lately I'm questioning whether I'm actually happy or whether I'm just scared to lose the life that we've built together. I can't tell if I'd miss them or if I just miss the comfort, the routine, and the security of a relationship.
It's funny. I was totally coaching somebody who works for a large company, and they have a lot of equity vest, right? And it'll take about a decade for that thing to come through. They're kind of feeling like their challenge in this current role has concluded. Yeah. They're feeling bored and restless, and it's not clear whether a new role will come in. The thing keeping them around is the equity vest. And, you know, I see so many times, I'm like, that's the chain around the ankle. It seems like you'll get this big pot of money in 10 years if you stick around. The reason why I think of this
call it the
is
golden handcuffs, don't they?
It's the golden handcuffs for sure. And when your relationship starts to be like everything else you're questioning, but there's this one thing keeping you around, and it's not opportunity based, it's fear based.
Yeah.
We got some talking to do.
But it's a really similar analogy though, isn't it? Because you can get, if you've been in a relationship for a long time, let's say you're married, you've been married for 20 odd years, you have raised a couple of kids together, maybe they're kind of like half in the house, half out the house. Because it feels like they don't leave home nowadays, but anyway.
They don't.
Had long conversations about that at the weekend. But so you've got that, maybe you're kind of close to paying off your mortgage. So you've got a bit more kind of freedom, a bit more financial freedom. You can start to kind of have your nice holidays. Maybe you still enjoy each other's company, but there's something that's kind of missing. Maybe you think lots of your friends are in relationships. So you're thinking, you're looking at this kind of sizable kind of cake that is full of everything that you wouldn't want to lose, but there's still this kind of gap. Like somebody's taking a chunk out of the cake, and you're like, well, I still feel like I'm missing that bit. And but is it? Do I just kind of want the cake, or is it? Do I like the person saving the cake? It's really hard, isn't it? If it wasn't them, could it be anybody else? So if you kind of parachuted, you took your husband or your wife out of the equation, you parachuted somebody else in, like, would that be kind of equally as good?
Yeah.
Or would you miss that specific person?
More than just for kind of a token amount of time. Like, I guess, we're like, okay, I guess we'll miss them for months or whatnot. But I mean, the biggest questions then, which, I mean, obviously, and this is going on in their own mind with very little conversation, I'll bet you.
Oh, yeah.
Very little chance that this partner has actually stepped up to the moment, but you've grown apart, you're transactional probably. The things like mutual intelligence, mutual dreams and visions, and like interaction on more than a transactional basis is probably not there.
Yeah.
So you're probably not I don't get the sense that this person is getting a lot of kind of that connection and mutual priorities and dreams and mission that maybe they used to, or now that they want. Wake up one fine day and like, wait a minute, this is not this person is you're right, like a character on my stage, but they're a stand-in for whoever. We could rotate that character out. They're not giving main character energy, but no. and so you're making a lot of assumptions.
Yeah.
And I love that you're questioning this, but your partner, I'll bet you, is not involved in this conversation whatsoever. And the question very well may be, you may have outgrown each other or grown apart, and maybe there is a decision that means that you move off to your separate directions separately, but it really does provide a place of a good start for inquiry, for like a coaching or therapy engagement. Which is asking each other, like, what are the things that are important to us now? What are the things we want to share together? What's the connection that we want to have? Do we have the mutuality to be able to bridge some of these things together?
Yeah.
So I see this as a starting point.
Yeah, I would say similar as well. I think what I would say is this isn't an uncommon thing. And I think you can have it at various different stages in your life and in your relationship. So, we hear about kind of the midlife crisis. And I feel like kind of men definitely have one kind of like at 30-ish. And, there's maybe then a subsequent midlife crisis. I think women, it can kind of hit a bit later in life because we're kind of like, we're doing all the doing. We've got a plan. We're kind of really clear. We're bringing up these kids. We're progressing in career. We've got kind of like, we're nurturing our friendships. We're out of Pilates 24/7. Like, we've got the plan. We're following the plan. And then suddenly the kind of like parts of the plan start to drift away because maybe we don't need to take care of those bits of the plan anymore. And then we kind of sit back, take a pause and go, oh, okay. Like, is this it? And I think kind of men can have that on kind of more than one occasion. I'm sure women can as well. But it's that kind of moment, whenever it comes for you in your life and your circumstances, where you go, is this it? Is this all that we're destined to have? Like, and if you think, if we're kind of in our kind of 50s, 60s, like, if you kind of 100 years ago, you probably wouldn't have even lived that long. Like, so it's understandable. You'd be kind of thinking, well, like, what's next? Where's the kind of second or third wave in this kind of life existence that kind of is just way longer than it used to be? So I think it stands to reason that you're going to start to question things. So what I would say for this listener is it's normal to sit there and question things. And actually, it probably means that you just need like a bit more of a kind of attention, a bit more focus on kind of where it is that you might feel a bit of lacking. So where, what would kind of make me kind of step back and think, well, maybe this isn't the long-term relationship for me. What is it? Where's that niggle? What's kind of creating that kind of seed of doubt? And that's the area to kind of start exploring. And as you say, like, get some kind of help with that, whether that's with your partner, whether that's on your own. Start to make sense of the thoughts, because the thoughts in themselves don't actually mean anything at all. They're just stuff that's kind of in your head and quite often very difficult to get out, especially at 3 o'clock in the morning when my brain likes to wake up and tell me everything that I haven't thought about that day.
And worry when there's nothing you can do about it.
Absolutely bugger all you can do about it at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's pitch black outside. You're absolutely knackered. You've got to get up and do full day's work tomorrow. And can't do anything about it.
Totally.
So yeah, good
Might as
idea
well
to
read a
try
good book.
good idea to try and deal with it in the
Yeah.
daylight. And yeah, if that's proving difficult, then I would absolutely get some support on it. But it wouldn't necessarily say that this spells the end of your relationship. As you're saying, maybe it's just kind of like a rebirth, right? Like it's time for just a new front cover.
Oh gosh. And the thing that we commonly see here and the women's midlife crisis, like I see it all the time. I've had one, I'll probably have another. And it seems like we need to
Like
ditch
I
our
have one every other
relationship.
month.
Oh, okay. You're like, you've only had two?
Oh,
I have
come on,
one
girl,
on
you're
the
not doing it
regular.
right.
You should be crisising monthly. Yeah, totally.
Yes.
But I mean, the thing is like, I would definitely, like, whenever I feel discontent, I look to my relationship. I'm like, you're the problem. But actually,
Yeah.
and many people will cycle out their partner and get into a better relationship. Thank God that jerk is out of the picture.
Yeah.
But what it was is we reinvented ourselves.
Yeah.
And if you like, when there's that feeling of restlessness, like, I'll bet you I'm pretty attached to this lifestyle, but I don't even know if I'm attached to this person,
Yeah.
then it's probably a sign to kind of go through your eat, pray, love, maybe without necessarily ditching the relationship. But it
Yeah.
really is a call to, just like you say, is like, at some point in time, you wake up and you're like, I'm a painter, I'm a writer, I'm an artist, I'm a thinker, I'm a lover, I'm a traveler, I'm a philosopher, and I want to be all these things. And my partner is holding me back, or my whole life is holding me back, or I've just been head down for so long. Where do I even start with
Yeah. Yeah.
putting this fabulous life together that I
Yeah.
see on Instagram? Luddite relationship point for that. So just getting a sense of who am I frustrated with? And it's
Yeah.
often feels like your first breath is it's my partner, but it's often I'm frustrated with myself.
Yeah.
Or just frustrated with, like, I just woke up. I literally just woke up and I realized, wait a minute.
Been living in the days, yeah.
And all that had its purpose. You were raising people and raising a career and doing all these things. And then faster than you know, it all switches. Like, it's not a matter of months or years. It's a matter of weeks when you start to feel like, oh, a chapter is ending. And it ends quick. It's usually like the empty nest, or it doesn't even have to be the empty nest. It can be when your child, who you used to be driving to volleyball games all the time, they got their license and now they're driving. And all of a sudden you have 15 more hours of...
That's a moment to celebrate, though.
It is, at one glance.
Yeah.
And then you realize, wait, what am I going to fill that time
all this
with?
time, yeah.
Then you start, picking fights with your partner because of their laundry on the sofa.
Yeah.
So not the beginning, not the end. It's just the beginning.
No, it's just you've got a thought, explore it, dig a little bit deeper, get some support if you need it, and consider it as a rebirth. If this was going to be a rebirth of our relationship, so that it does continue, and I do get more of what I want, what would that look like?
And you open the communication gates and you realize that your partner is having their whole own experience that you're probably not tuned in for. They have hopes and dreams and missions that they're feeling a restlessness. How cool is it? There is the collective boat, but I am always intrigued by the thought of two boats on the ocean because with some sort of connectivity situation going on between them. But there, he's got his boat, she's got her boat, you've got your boat, and
they're tethered together.
They're tethered together.
Yeah,
but they're both being brought in different. They both have kind of pushes against them and things that are nudging them in different directions. And so, how do we grow? How do we continue to fulfill our circle of our own desires and life goals? This one life that we've got, and yet keep the tether. But don't give up before you even start to have a conversation.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yes. Yeah.
Lots of boat talk here.
I know. I don't know. Like, literally just introduce one element of the boat and now you're running with it.
I've got like plans. I've got sketches of like, think of these cross-Atlantic journeys that crazy people do.
Yes.
I'd like to say I'd never do that, but
I can 100% say I'm never going to do that. Like with wholehearted, confidence that is never going to happen to me.
Yeah. Yes. That and skydiving, but
yeah,
catch up in 10 years.
To me either.
Yes.
And if it does, you'll hear it here first.
You will hear it here first. And
Yes.
let us be recording, though, in 10 years, because you know what's not going to be replaced by AI is like relationships and
Me
all
and
the
you.
problems within. Yeah.
We can't be
And me and you.
replaced. Well, you know,
We can't be replaced.
cannot.
You can try, but the OG, yeah.
It ain't gonna happen.
Here I'm trying to do like Gen Z language. I'm like, give up before you even start digging a hole for yourself.
I know.
Gen Z, I'm like, I'm so young. No, you're not.
I need to rescue the listeners at this point.
Please.
I'd be like, it's time, man, it's time.
I'm so excited by our format of video recording. I'm like, I could do this forever. Drag me off the stage, Sarah.
Indeed. Well, that was fun.
It was fun. More advice and more insights, and we're all going to be just fine.
We are indeed. We are indeed. One step at a time.
Yes.
Life's just being held together by an elastic band.
Indeed.
Okay, so have you got any nice plans after this?
I'm going to go in the sunshine and do something. I haven't figured out
I don't blame
what.
you. I don't blame you. Yeah.
And you?
Very good.
No sunshine? Not yet?
It's just really
Garden.
windy here. There is some sunshine, but the wind is absolutely freezing. So it's when you get those weather forecasts that say that it's 18 degrees today and it feels like 3.
That happens.
That type of weather, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. If you know, you know. Okay.
Yep, indeed.
Wow.
But yes.
Okay. The garden weather is coming soon, my darling.
It is. Mm-hmm. It is indeed.
Yes.
Okay. Till next time. So that's it for another week of Geordie Lass and Doc Sass. We hope you've enjoyed listening as much as we've enjoyed chatting. Get in touch and share your questions for relationship remedies and any hot topics you want us to cover. If you need help navigating all things relationships, Anna and Sarah are available for one-on-one coaching support. Email info@geordielass.com. Please remember to like, share, subscribe if you've enjoyed listening. And if you've not, how on earth have you made it this far? I promise we'll try harder next time.